And now, it's time for another Dice Tower review with Tom Vasel.
Hey folks, I'm Tom Vasel, and today we're taking a look at Red Scare Redux. This is a game, I remember seeing this one, I think, when it was on Kickstarter. It has a spy theme there to the point where I don't even know what kind of game it is, man. It is a team game in which a team of spies is going to be going up against another team of games. You can play with just two players, you know, 1 versus 1. But if you go more than that, then you start forming teams. Here's how it plays. Okay, so players are first going to be split into into multiple teams. So you can play 2 on 2, 2 versus 2 versus 2, or 3 versus 3, etc. So it says you should sit together too when you play this. At the beginning of the game, each player is going to get 2 red resources, and this shows you here on the card what kind of resources you might expect. 2 blue resources and an objective. So my objective here is to leak secrets. That's my goal here, to leak secrets, and for that I'm going to need 2 shields, 2 of those, and then I'm going to need 1 of these and 4 of these, and it's going to be worth 3 victory points. So I'm going to look what I have. I got a bunch of action cards. That's not very useful, but hey, I got 2 backpacks, so that's neat. I can use that for something. The rest are action cards. Take a random card from each member of your opposing team. Each player from an opposing team must discard 2 cards and stop a Black Ops card from being played. Great. Alright, so on your turn, you have 4 actions. So for 2 actions, you can draw another objective card. Great. Now this one here is going to need a very specific card. Here I need 1 shield, but I need a shield that has H on it. That's a very specific type of spy. And then I need all these, and again it's worth 3 points. So that's 2 of my actions, so I need some of those. So I'll draw over here and hope I get it. Well, I got cyanide and a grenade. Well, that's useful because I'm trying to... No, that's not good for either one of my things. So as the game goes by, I'm going to keep drawing from the resource thing, and look, now I'm going to start getting spies. Well, I need spies to complete these, but I needed the H spy specifically, and where, oh where is that H spy? Well, let's find them in here somewhere. Wow, they're not in the top half of the deck. There they are. Ha Johnson, Honeypot. So this person here would meet that. Now that's going to be difficult to pull off, but you don't necessarily have to do that on your turn. You can use any 2 to cover for 1 person. So I could use two other agents to do the Honeypot's job or to do the Gorilla's job. Now, another thing that you can do on your turn besides drawing cards is you can give a card to a teammate. You can take a card from a teammate. You can play a completed objective. So if I have this objective here, which is break up a sleeper cell, and I have everything I need for it, I would play it in front of me, play this, 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 and this. I can begin a partially completed objective, so start one and put down some of the stuff. I can add to a completed objective that's in front of me. And I can add 2 agents together as 1 to cancel out this. I can play a Black Ops card, those special cards that you saw. Or as your very first action, you can discard 3 cards and draw that many cards from the resource deck. So if you're desperate to draw things, your very first action, you can do that. That's pretty much it. When you complete an objective, so let's say I complete this escape pursuit, you get a completion bonus. Draw 1 resource card. This one here, keep 1 resource card of the ones that you used to finish it. This one says gain 2 actions this turn, so you get 2 extra actions when you do that. So once one team has finished 5 objectives, then you're going to add together the points for your objectives, and whoever has the most points is the winner of the game. And that's pretty much it. You're just going to keep taking turns until you've done these. Remember, you're going to keep these together. You can also play with identification cards. Here, these cards are from different countries. And basically, you are going to start, like if you're the KJB, you have 1 of that resource no matter what. If you play with Cuba, you'll have 2 of the wheels, but you'll lose 1 of that. And so each country will give you 1, like the United States has 1 money. England has 2 of the supplies, but loses out on the money. So that's just kind of a starting thing. You can play with either side. So the United States has 1 money, or they can have 2 money, but lose 1 backpack. So you can play with either side, realizing that it's essentially a sum total of the same thing when you play with them. The layout of the cards is really well done. It's very easy to tell here. You can use color, but you don't need to use color. You can use the symbol. The text on the card is not hard to read, and the artwork I like a lot. And I like how that there's 2 different decks of resources, so I know that those resources are in that deck. These are in this deck. They're fun ones, you know, the spies, and the artwork here is really well done. It gives you that spy era, and so you can look at all these. Now, I don't know it. Some of these might be Kickstarter backers, you know, I don't know about that, but they look good. They're easy to tell apart. There's another H, but she does the same thing as this one here. See, they're both the same kind of thing, but they have the same letter as their name. And there's another H. Oh wait, she's the same one, right? I'm counting them twice now. Anyway, I like the art in the game. The card quality's not bad. And again, these objective cards are really easy to figure out and understand how to work. So, good components. Everything fits in a pretty small box. Yeah, yay, they put redacted stuff. Ha ha ha. So there you go. I didn't hate Red Scare Redux. It's a fine, it's a pleasant game, I guess, but it's just luck. There's really no strategy to the game, especially with these cards that just do negative things to your opponent. So here, you know, you have a card that stops, but each player from an opposing team must discard 2 cards. Take a card from their hand and add it to your own. Take a card from someone's partially completed objective. Someone must discard 4 cards. Take one card from discard pile. Play as many cards from your hand as you can onto one partially completed objective. You have a hand limit, so that keeps you from storing up a whole big hand that you can then lay down. And so you have to, you know, unless you have a pretty small objective, many times they're going to be partially completed objectives. And the handing cards back and forth to your teammate is fine, but really, there's no strategy. Anyone who tells you otherwise, it's like, hey guys, you know what? You need the wheel symbol, so you should draw from this deck. Thanks. You know, that's really what it's at there. So again, it's not a negative experience. I didn't play the game and go, oh, I hated this. But there's so many other games out there. It feels like a misuse of the spy thing. I mean, I might get a kick out of saying, oh, I got a sports car, and my job is assassination. I'm using a bazooka and a grenade, and someone's like, is that overkill? And so you can kind of maybe get into the stories of these, especially when they tell you this information on here. Like, you know, when you want your message to be crystal clear, you need to send the right messenger a missile. Sure. But again, it's just cutting cards to complete sets. And this kind of game has been done many times. So this one is not doing anything different other than they split the resources into 2 decks and they have you working with somebody else. Those are not 2 bad things to do. They work in the course of this game, and I think some people are going to like it as a light, frothy type game. For me, yeah, it's just okay. Dice Tower Judgment looks nice, but kind of meh.